friend, this is Monisha Jayapalan. Today I am taking the topic 5 which coming under the unit 5. This topic is very important in UGC net. ഈ ടോപ്പിക്കിനകത്ത് മിനിമം 2 ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ 100% വരും. ലെറ്റ് us start. ടോപ്പിക്കിനകത്ത് ഇത്രേ കണ്ടന്റ് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ഷെഡ്യൂളിംഗ് ക്രിട്ടിക്കൽ ആൻഡ് അൽഗോരിതം, ത്രെഡ് ഷെഡ്യൂളിംഗ്, മൾട്ടിപ്പിൾ പ്രോസസ്സർ ഷെഡ്യൂളിംഗ്, റിയൽ ടൈം CPU scheduling. As a quick analyzing the previous year question paper 2019 June and 2019 December, ഇതിനകത്ത് 2 ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. അത് 2019 ഡിസംബറിൽ. We will go as a main topic in detail and remaining will be as a theoretical type. Let us start. Our subtopic is scheduling criteria and algorithm. What is a scheduling criteria? എന്താണ് scheduling criteria? നമ്മൾ നോക്കാം. Criteria to considering when trying to selecting a best scheduling algorithm for a particular situation and environment. Criteria used to comparing the various scheduling algorithms such as CPU utilization, throughput, turnaround time, waiting time, response time. ഇതെല്ലാം ഡീറ്റെയിൽ ആയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ നോക്കാം. CPU utilization. ഇതിനകത്ത് CPU 100% ബിസിയാണ്. Real system CPU usage should be ranges of 40% to the 90%. 40% means light loaded and 90% means heavy loaded. Next, throughput. എന്താണ് നമ്മൾ നോക്കാം. Number of processes completed per unit time. ഇതിനകത്ത് ranges will be 10 second to the 1 hour depending to the specific processor. Turnaround time എന്താണ് നമ്മൾ നോക്കാം. Time required for a particular process to complete it from submission time to the completed time. Waiting time plus execution time plus spending in input and output plus spending into the memory. ഈ എല്ലാം ടോട്ടൽ ആണ് ടേൺ അറൗണ്ട് ടൈം ആണ്. നെക്സ്റ്റ് ടൈം എന്താണ് നമ്മൾ നോക്കാം. ടൈം സ്പെൻഡഡ് ബൈ ദ പ്രോസസ് ഇൻ റെഡി ടു ക്യൂ. ഹൗ മച്ച് ടൈം ദ പ്രോസസ് ഇസ് സ്പെൻഡിങ് ദ റെഡി ടു ക്യൂ waiting for the turning to get on the CPU. Next, response time. ഇതിനകത്ത് time process take starting response from the submission of requested until the first response to produced. In scheduling algorithm, in which process to execute first and which process to execute last to achieve a maximum CPU utilization, computer scientific, which have some algorithm that are first come first server scheduling, second shortest job first scheduling, third priority scheduling, which will be seen in detail with example. First come first server schedule എന്താണ് നമ്മൾ നോക്കാം. Name is indicating that the process which arrive first get executed first. It's just like a first in first out. This is used in a batch system. It is very easy to understand and implementing the program. Real life example is buying the ticket at ticket counter. We will see a program on it. Here P1, P2, P3 are the three processors which having their bursting time. P1 bursting time is 24, P2 bursting time is 3 and P3 bursting time is 3. As we know that first P1 will be provided with the CPU scheduling while the waiting time of the P1 will be the 0. As P1 required 24 milliseconds for completion, P2's waiting time will be the 24 milliseconds. Similarly, the waiting time for the P3 will be the execution time of the P1 plus execution time of the P2. That means 24 plus 3, 27. To finding the average waiting time, taking the addition of the waiting time of the P1 plus P2 plus 3 and taking the mean of it. The main problem of this scheduling is resources is utilization in parallel is not possible. Not optimize average waiting time. As we know that it is a non-primitive algorithm, which means that process priority does not matter. Hence, it is a poor performance. Next scheduling algorithm is shortest job first scheduling algorithm. In this, the work on the process which is shortest bursting time or a duration first. This is best for approaching to minimum waiting time. It is used in batching system. In shortest job first, having a two type, non-primitive and primitive. This scheduling algorithm is obtained if all jobs are available at the same time. To successfully implement it, bursting time of processor should be known as a processor in advance, which is practically not feasible all the time. We will see the example of non-primitive shortest job first. Here, ready queue of executed with the arriving time as 0 of a given bursting time. So, the process P4 will be first picked as the shortest bursting time, then P2 followed by the P3, at last P1. In this case, the same set of the process using the first come first server algorithm in the average waiting time. The main problem of non-primitive short job first is that all processors are not available in ready queue at time 0. Some job will arrive after the sometime. In such situation, or sometime process will be short burst time, having a waiting for a current process execution to finish. This lead to the problem of starvation, where short process has to wait a long time until the current longer process get executed. Previously I told you that shortest job first having a two type, primitive and non-primitive. Now we will look at a primitive. In primitive, the job put into the ready queue as arriving, but process will be short bursting time arrive. The executing the process is primitive or removed from execution. This also known as shortest remaining time first, because any given point of time the job will shortest remaining time is executing first. Let we see an example. Here P1 arrive first, hence execution start immediately just after 1 millisecond. The processor 2 arrive will be bursting time 3 millisecond is lesser than the bursting time of P1. Okay, hence the processor's P1 first millisecond done, 20 millisecond left in a primitive, and the process 2 is executed. After P2 get executed after 1 millisecond, P3 will be arrive, but in the case the bursting time is greater than the P2, so P2 will be continued to execute it. Another millisecond P4 will be arrive with bursting time of the 2 millisecond. As the result, P2 process 2 millisecond is done, 1 millisecond is left in primitive. So P4 will be executed. After completed the P4, the processor P2 will be picked up and finished. Then at last P1 will be there. As then we have to find the average waiting time by taking the waiting time of the mean. Next scheduling algorithm is priority scheduling. In this case, the priority is not always set as the inverse of CPU bursting time. It means it can be internally or externally set. The schedule is done on the base of the priority of the processor, where the process which is most urgently is processed first, followed by the ones will lesser priority is order. Here, same processor priorities are executed by taking a FCFS manner. In internal define can be decided based on memory requirement, time limited, number of open file, ratio of input bursting to the CPU bursting. In external priority are set based on the critical outside the operating system, like importance of the process or computer resource using, just like it. Just seeing the example we can understand easily. Here P1 is not a first priority. P2 processor are the first priority. So the P2 will be executed, then P1, after that executed P4, then last is P3. As we have to find the average waiting time, that taking the mean of the waiting time. The chart that based on the process are given by the CPU time just on the based on the priority. The main disadvantages of this scheduling algorithm is the new or higher priority processor keep coming in a ready queue. Then the processor waiting in a ready queue will be lower priority, may having to wait long duration before the getting the CPU for execution. Next subtopic നമ്മൾ നോക്കാം thread scheduling. എന്താണ് thread scheduling? In thread scheduling, the process schedules only the kernel thread, which mapping to the kernel thread by the thread library. The global scheduling and local scheduling are the two type of the thread scheduling. നമ്മൾ ഇത് ഡീറ്റെയിൽ ആയിട്ട് നോക്കാം. Local scheduling. എന്താണ് local scheduling? Performing by operation system of a processor consists of a assignment of processor in time slicing of a processor. In global scheduling, the processors decide whether the execution process in multiple processor system. pthreads library has calls to choose a different scheduling policy parameters. pthread scheduling library having a two method, get scoop and set scoops. Next subtopic is multiple processor scheduling. എന്താണ് multiple processor scheduling? നമ്മൾ നോക്കാം. In multiple scheduling processor, in which scheduling get a more complicated because now there is no more than one CPU which must be kept in busy and affected to the all the time. In multiple processor approaches in two type: asymmetric multiple processor, symmetric multiple processor. Asymmetric multiple processor, in which one processor is a master, control the all activities and runtime all the kernel code, while the other run only user the code. In symmetric multiple processor, the processor schedules its own jobs either from a common ready queue or from the separated ready queue for each processor. Next subtopic is real-time CPU scheduling. എന്താണ് real-time CPU scheduling? നമ്മൾ നോക്കാം. Real-time CPU scheduling, in which the time which taken the task completing crucial to performing, which depends not only the logical result but also on the time at which the result are produced. In real-time CPU scheduling, it's have two type: soft real-time system, hard real-time system. ഇത് ഡീറ്റെയിലി നമ്മൾ നോക്കാം. In soft real-time system, degraded performance if their time needed cannot be met. For example, streaming video. Next, hard real-time system have total failure if their timing needed cannot be met. For example, assembly line robotic. From this, we completed the topic 5. Thank you to listening. Have a good day.